We'll go ahead and get started. Hi, everyone. It's so wonderful to see all of your faces. We have so many people that are trickling in, and it's just wonderful to see all of you, even in this virtual space. We wanted to kind of kick things off just to give you a little bit of the structure of this intro session. I'm hoping that we're not the only ones talking. So we're going to actually kind of do a little bit of an intro and then hear from our Good Food Showcase committee on just some of the importances of the Good Food Showcase event and maybe things to be aware of just given the COVID-19 kind of environment. So we really, really appreciate you all being here on this virtual space. Obviously, it's a little bit different than in the past. I think we've had 7 Good Food Showcase events. Often they are in person and they're of this local food trade show. And so we are kind of shifting it to more of a virtual gathering, but we're really hoping that by doing it in a virtual space, we can really hit, maybe people that really couldn't attend in the past. So very excited to be here. A few quick updates for Zoom. Dane, if you go to the next slide. Just a couple of quick updates, just as a heads up, this call is going to be recorded and most of our Good Food Showcase event will be recorded. Please keep yourself muted and turn your videos on if you can. We'd love to see you. I know everyone's a little bit camera shy, but it's always wonderful to see your faces. And if you have any questions, there's going to be a little bit of a mini panel, feel welcome to utilize the chat. If you just have any questions or if there are any technical difficulties, Dane Peterson or Natalie LaRue will be here to just help in supporting you. So you can always private message them in the chat box. Dane, if you go to the next slide. So yeah, so who are we? What are we doing? Why are we here? My name's Nora Stewart. I am our Senior Program Manager with Community Health Improvement Partners. We are a nonprofit community health-based organization here in San Diego County. And our mission is really to advance long-term solutions to priority health needs. And we do that through collaboration and community engagement, which is what we're all about. We're all about that collaboration. Dane, if you go to the next slide. But really, our department is really called the Farm to Institution Center. And our mission is really kind of embedded in the name, where we're really kind of focused on how do we connect farmers with institutional partners and how do we promote healthy local communities and build a vibrant agricultural scene through facilitation, collaboration, and education. And so really one of our main events that we kind of do every year is this Good Food Showcase event, and really hoping that we're connecting our local farmers with buyers out there in the community. And so that's why we're here today. Dane, if you go to the next slide. So yeah, who else is on my team? I keep saying the word Dane and Natalie. So they're on here on the call. Dane is our program coordinator, and then Natalie is our program assistant. So they'll be here kind of throughout the event, and definitely we're all here to support all of you as we kind of go ahead and get started. And then Dane, if you want to go to the next slide. I think this is really on our event history. So Dane, I'm going to actually let you kind of present on this and share a little bit about kind of our history and how we all got started.
Awesome. Thanks, Nora. Well, hello, everybody. Happy Monday to you all. My name is Dane Peterson, and as Nora mentioned, I am the program coordinator for Community Health Improvement Partners Farm to Institution Center. This event has plenty of history behind it, and I'd like to quickly just cover it for everyone here who's joining us today, whether it's your first Good Food Showcase or if you're a returning attendee. So the event originally kind of originated as the Let's Go Local Produce Showcase in 2013 and was held in Kearny Mesa at the County of San Diego Operations Center. From there, during 2014 throughout 2017, the Let's Go Local Produce Showcase really rebranded to the Good Food Showcase, and it moved to the Coastal Roots Farm at the Leach Tag Foundation in Encinitas. In 2018, the showcase then moved again to the California Center for the Arts in Escondido, where it really evolved and transformed into a conference-styled event, which includes educational and also informational sessions pertaining to farming, food systems, and successful case studies within San Diego County in California as it relates to farm to institution. Due to the pandemic in 2020, we moved the event from the fall to the spring of 2021. And now here we are in 2021, connecting with one another over the computer or by cell phone device. I also wanted to just quickly cover some of the importance of the Good Food Showcase event, specifically during COVID-19. Well, this event, regardless of its name or location, it really has always been about creating a space to allow local farmers and buyers to connect with one another. There really is an event like this here in San Diego County, so we wanted to hold true to this event and its purpose. While this event looks very different from the years past, we just continuing to provide a space for these networking opportunities is so important to us and essential for local businesses, especially local farm businesses. We definitely acknowledge that there's nothing like seeing a farmer's products with your own eyes and connecting in person, but for the time being, we encourage all of our guests today to use this event to learn from one another and also to foster relationships as well with one another. So before passing it over to Nora, I just wanted to quickly thank everybody who has attended this event, supported the event, helped us plan the event, or even presented during any of our previous showcases. And I think this event has grown tremendously in much part due to all of you. So thank you again for your support. And I'll turn it back to Nora.
Sounds great. Thanks, Dane. Can you go to the next slide? Yeah, so I'll just quickly give a run through on our schedule. One of the things, as we were kind of planning out this event, we really wanted to break up the amount of time that we're all sitting here on Zoom. So what we wanted to do was really kind of break this up over the course of 2 days and in the afternoons on each day. So today is our first day of the event. Following this introduction session, we're going to have a really wonderful panel on really connecting showcasing examples of farmers and buyers that were connected and really kind of displaying success stories around that farm to institution connection. We'll take a mini break, and then there's 2 different sessions, so you have your choice on which one you want to go to. One of the sessions is how to market your products, and this is really for those of you who are farmers looking to sell to new buyers. I think this will be a really meaningful conversation for all of you. We're really hoping to provide you with some tools and resources on how to better market your produce. And then for school districts who are here on the call today, we're really excited to be able to offer a local food purchasing resource session where we're really going to break down how do you actually purchase as a school district, how do you purchase local produce? And so really our focus today is really getting ready to do business is kind of what we're calling it. And so how do you get ready to make those sales connections? So really showcasing those examples as well as, giving resources to farmers as well as school districts on making those connections. And then going into day 2, we're really excited. We'll be kicking off actually the 12:30 to 1 o'clock, ignore that. I deleted it right before this call, but I guess it didn't show up. So it starts with 1 o'clock to 1:30. That's a typo. So from 1 to 1:30 is our introduction. So don't come at 12:30. We won't be here. So come at 1 o'clock. And it's really going to be pivoting during the pandemic. We're going to hear from Hannah from the San Diego County Farm Bureau, who's going to be sharing a lot of different stories of how farmers have pivoted during the pandemic. And we're really excited about that. She's got some really great stories and some really great pictures to share. And then our main event and what we're sort of gearing up for is our 1:30 to 3 o'clock tomorrow, where we're really going to do breakout sessions where farmers and buyers are going to be kind of in some breakout rooms to really talk about how do you start making those connections. And there will be more of a facilitated breakout sessions during that time. And then from 3 to 4 o'clock tomorrow is kind of our mini happy hour. So join us there where it's a virtual happy hour, but it will be really kind of looking at partner networking. There will be little tables and things that you can go to. We're going to be doing it on a different platform on Remo Lounge, and Natalie will kind of go through that. But that's kind of the run through of our event schedule. We're really excited. We hope to make it really easy for all of you and really seamless. And with that said, I'm going to turn it over to Natalie, who's kind of going to go through sort of how our different platforms work.
everyone, my name is Natalie LaRoe, and I'm the program assistant here at the Farm to Institution Center. Thank you all so much for being here. We're really excited to have you today. I wanted to go over the platforms we'll be using today. So today, the whole showcase will be on Zoom, and it will mainly be using the link that we're currently on. However, there is one session that will be using a separate link that's listed here. It's the Local Food Purchasing Resources for School Districts. And so we'll drop that in the chat as we get closer to that session. But if you get lost or dropped from this meeting, please go back to the link we are currently on. And I believe Nora just put it in the chat. So that's your go-to link right there. And someone will always be here to help you out. Tomorrow we'll be using Remo Lounge for our partner networking session. And the link to that is currently on the Eventbrite page. However, we'll be sending out another invitation tomorrow morning with more details on that. And if at any point you need tech support, please contact Dane or myself. Our emails are on the screen, but for the fastest response, you can private message me on the chat box here. And just remember, when in doubt, use this Zoom link that we are currently on. Thank you, and I'll turn it back to Nora.
Yeah, you cannot get lost if you are here in this Zoom account, because there will always be someone here. And then tomorrow for the network breakout sessions, we'll be on this Zoom, and for our happy hour, we'll be on the Remo Lounge. But someone will always be here. So if you ever get lost, if you're ever confused, you can always come to this Zoom link that I put in the chat, and we'll be here to help direct you. And then if you go to the next slide. Yeah, I just want to quickly say thank you. We're going to kind of turn it over to our panel session now, but just giving just a heartfelt thank you to our wonderful virtual event committee who has really put in a lot of time to making this event successful. And then also our speakers who just come from a wealth of background and knowledge and are really excited to make very engaging presentations for all of you throughout this whole event. So just from the bottom of our hearts, saying thank you to everyone who made this possible. You know, the three of us are currently presenting, but it's not just us that really made this happen. It's all of you. And so with that said, I think I'm going to shut up now and I'm going to turn it over to our wonderful event committee. Dane, if you go to the next slide. So one of the things I wanted to do in this intro is I didn't want it just to be like a PowerPoint presentation where we're just talking. I wanted to really make sure that this session was engaging. So I invited some of our members of our event committee to really talk about how long they've been involved in the Good Food Showcase, what it means to them, and then maybe just something for people to know as they walk into this event, particularly given COVID-19 challenges, and any advice for attendees. So with that said, I'm wondering, you know, I see all of our wonderful event, our speakers are all here today. Eric, do you want to kick it off with answering some of these questions?
Sure, happy to lead it off for
Awesome.
the group. Yeah. So anyway, my name is Eric Larson, and I'm the retired executive director of the San Diego County Farm Bureau. Been off of that organization for a little over a year, and previous to that, I was the manager of a marketing cooperative for farmers. So I've got some experience on both the administrative side and on the selling side as well. So I've been involved. I've attended every single Good Food Showcase, regardless of what the name of it was. I've been at every one. As an attendee, I've been an exhibitor, I've been a speaker, and now this year on the committee. So I feel very connected to the event. I'm really happy to have seen it grow, and I think it's really important that it's continuing, even though it has to be on this this Zoom platform to do that. You know, and the real value of the Good Food Showcase to me is like people learn there's such a variety of voices out there and resources that you can have access to. And you learn you're not alone at seeking those answers. Whatever it is you're trying to get done, if you look around enough, you're going to find somebody who's already done what you need to do. And take advantage of that. And the Good Food Showcase is a good place to do that. As far as things you need to know coming into this event, and Dane touched on this just a minute ago, and he said it, but you just can't bring it home enough. Buying and selling are all about creating relationships. That's what it is. And I don't care if you're selling tires or TVs or food products, it's about relationships. It's like all business. And I must say, my perspective is from the farmer side, and I have yet to meet a farmer who said, I became a farmer because I love sales. That's just not how it works. You become a farmer because you like to be a farmer, but then you discover you got a product and you've got to sell it. And that's something to really pay attention to, because you got to develop those skills too. But if you create those relationships, it gets easier as time goes on. All right, that's it.
Great, thanks. Mike, I see you unmuted yourself. Do you want to go next?
Sure.
All right.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the meeting. I'm Mike Rieske. I'm a farmer and owner of Rio Del Rey Beans in Valley Center, which has been here a long time. And I am now 7 years into going to the Good Food Showcase. And I think the value of it for most people is an opportunity to meet people, see the relationships between different parts of our local food community, and move ahead, especially in a time now where we're just hopefully coming out of what's going on. And pay attention to all the people that are here today, because there are some really valuable resources. Enjoy.
Great, thank you. Amy, do you want to go next?
I am Amy Hazley. I'm the director here at Fallbrook Union Elementary School District, and I've been coming to the Good Food Showcase from the beginning. I previously worked at Vista Unified, and this was always the highlight. The Good Food Showcase was coming up. I think I was hooked after the happy hour, hanging out in Encinitas on the farm, surrounded by inspiring people doing good things. It's the place to be, to learn new things, kind of like Eric said, why reinvent the wheel? Someone's already done it or has a good idea to share. So especially this year, I feel like it's really going to help me stop my head from spinning. This past year, we've been constantly pivoting and switching, and that's still happening. But now I want to have more intention on how can we incorporate more farm to school onto my school programs. And so I know Nora, Dane, and Natalie have worked really hard to bring this virtual meeting to protect that conversational aspect of it. Like Mike and Eric were talking about, we got to have a conversation and build a relationship in order to make those connections to move forward. And I'm excited to see how that goes today and tomorrow, especially on the Remo Lounge, and to meet you farmers and to pick all the other brains of all our other school people out there, because there's so much possibility with all the waivers. As much as everything's turned upside down, it's opened up a lot of opportunities for us. And so it's exciting, and it's a breath of fresh air to come to this. So welcome everybody, and get ready. Thank you.
Thanks, Amy. Monica, do you want to go next?
Absolutely, Nora. Thank you so much. My name is Monica Winters. I represent the County of San Diego's Department of Agriculture. I'm currently the supervisor of the direct marketing and organic programs here at the county. I see a lot of my farmers on the call. I'm very glad to see you guys here. We've been partnering with the Good Food Showcase and its iterations since the beginning. And I've had the pleasure of being on the board since 2018, representing our programs and department. It's a pleasure to serve with this team. We at the county are very focused on a thriving agricultural community, healthy community, as well as consumer confidence. So this is an excellent avenue. We definitely reach out to all of our producers, and I think this is a great asset to all of you, and I'm so glad to see you guys all here.
Wonderful. And Ron, you're last but not least.
Thank you, Nora. Good afternoon, everybody. It's a really pleasure of mine to be here with you all. My name is Ron Troiano. I own and operate Alchemy San Diego. We do a variety of things: strategic activation, event coordination, and some consulting. Previously had Alchemy Restaurant back in 2009 to 2015, and we were a big proponent and supporter of our local food system, buying directly from farms, both urban agriculture projects and our county farms. So my involvement with this Good Food Showcase came at the beginning, helping coordinate the event, as well as attending and trying to make connections on behalf of Chip and the farmers. Really been something that's been close to my heart for the time completed from the time we've been involved with this event. It's an extremely valuable event to broaden your networks, find out what other people are up to, both your colleagues and your potential buyers. And really this year, given the COVID challenges, I encourage you to not lose sight of that networking aspect of this event, and take notes on who's here, and then encourage you to do follow-up afterwards. That's something that I think we can't reiterate enough. I think Eric mentioned it, sales is a big part of this business, and that starts with follow-up and relationship building. So make some notes, and we look forward to a very successful day and a half.
Wonderful. Thank you all so much for your your input. I do have one quick follow-up question for our panelists. Thinking about, like, from your perspective, I know Amy, you come more as a buyer, and Mike, you're more like a farmer, and I know Eric and Monica, you've worked a lot with farmers during this time. I'm wondering, what kind of challenges have you all experienced, or like maybe something for people to be aware of as they're kind of walking into the event, just given everything going on?
So I think Amy said it great, is that the ability to pivot in this program and department is what I've seen with the agricultural producers. When the farmers markets had to close and certified producers had to still sell their product, figuring out where to sell them and how to sell them, opening up CSAs. It was a complete shift in the sales model for a lot of our farmers. And now that the markets are coming back online, they're maybe only at half capacity to still keep up with social distancing requirements. Seeing how producers are able to grow and sell, and what that's going to look like for next year, that's going to be something I think.
Let me add to that. I think it's real important that people understand you need to have a diversified portfolio of people you're speaking to and selling to. If your list of customers and the people you're dealing with, or the people you're buying from, if that list is too small, as they go, you go. And you can't really pivot unless you have a place to pivot to. And so a lot of that has to do with the preparation of things you've done ahead of time to make sure you have options. So it's just making sure you have options, because right now it's the pandemic. Who knows what it'll be next, where one of your buyers or one of your sellers is somebody that just can't conduct business with you. You need someplace else to go. So be diversified.
I'd like to emphasize again what Eric was saying, because I saw that directly in terms of a variety of people that I work with, from restaurants to individuals, really rethinking how to do things for a lot of people. And I think in this Good Food Showcase, this is another opportunity to get those kinds of clues. I spent considerable time working with people to try to help them stay in business. Unfortunately, some of those people are gone, especially in restaurants. And, we're going to see that slowly come back, but it's a real challenge. And the other challenge I had in terms of is just having workers, which we always have problems with, in terms of people working on the farm. There are just fewer people, but maybe that will also change things.
Yeah, thank you. Amy, do you want to share anything from like a buyer perspective?
Yeah, I don't know if you want to hear. I feel like we're constantly reacting to the changes of schedules for students. So in Fallbrook, we've actually been successful having students return on campus on modified schedules. We just shifted. Before, everything was on a big, beautiful salad bar. We could offer all kinds of choices. So that has clearly gone away. Now, many districts, almost like a food distribution hub, where they're providing bulk meals, and we just started doing this. We're serving pints of grape tomatoes and whole potatoes and heads of lettuce, and we can give that out to families because of these waivers. But then slowly, as the students are coming back and they're going to be eating on campus, our models have to change again. And it's been like, I bet anybody who knows people who work in school food service, we don't like change. We are creatures of habit, and we are constantly shifting and changing. So that's kind of been the feeling like we're on the edge of the cliff of, I can plan for this right now, but something's going to change again. And I don't know how to implement that. So in case you haven't noticed, I got news this morning that's going to change everything again. So have patience, but also know, we want to have this, be able to bring these products in, but definitely COVID is making it challenging for how we prepare and present them to our students, if they're in the cafeterias or if they're at the curb. Every district is a little different and changes. So we got that to juggle too.
Yeah, I feel like our theme of our Good Food Showcase event should be, pivoting during change and all of the changes going on for sure. And I think that is going to be quite the theme throughout. And I think as, Ron pointed out and Monica pointed out, the importance of networking during this time, really take advantage of, if you're a farmer, meet with buyers and understand what they're, what's going on with them and what is the importance for them on purchasing local. And then for buyers, really thinking about what are farmers going through right now and how can you better, what are small changes that you can make to better support our local farmer businesses, which is really a lot of the purpose of this event. And I think the people who are a part of this event really want to be here and are here kind of year after year. And we're just really thankful to have them as a part of this. So Dane, if you go to the next slide, I think one of those things, Eric mentioned the word pivoting. And so we're going to be really kind of talking about what does pivoting look like right now. And so our next session at 1 o'clock, if you stay on this call, we're going to be hearing from a panel of farmers and buyers who have been able to connect during this time and what that really looks like, and get their perspectives on the value of that farmer-buyer relationship. And then we'll take a mini break. And then again, farmers, if you are here on this call, I really highly recommend our 2:15 to 3:30. There will be a how to market your products. And then for school districts, if you're a school district, again, from 2:15 to 3:30, just really providing you some resources on how you can purchase locally. And then if you do get lost, just again, as a friendly reminder, feel welcome to always jump on this Zoom link because one of our team will be here on this Zoom link to help direct you. So with that said, I want to thank our panelists. I want to thank everybody involved in really kind of kicking off this Good Food Showcase event. We are just really, really excited to be here. I know Dane, Natalie, and I met this morning, and I feel like we've been talking about this for so long. And so we're really excited to kind of kick this all off.